Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video here. Today we have Season 2 of the Houston Texans rebuild, 5-year rebuild, 5-year fantasy rebuild. And today we have Season 2. Very, very fun rebuild so far. Very, very difficult. Lots of money locked in certain places. But overall, not a great team built around Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt. Very fun so far for me. Definitely adds always a thrill when you have to turn over a team and you can't keep a whole ton of options because of age or contracts or just whatever. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Turn on post notifications. It's always easier to sub than it is to continue to try to find my channel. So far, this team isn't turning out too bad. The only major problem is development and development traits. On the defensive side of the ball, we do have plenty of development traits, but if you look around, if you take away Sue, Ford, and the two middle linebackers, we don't have any other really traits besides Grenard, but Grenard isn't worth it because he's not a good enough power rusher, so we can't start him. I think that's one thing that is really fucked up in Madden 21 is just development traits. I think development traits, we were like, oh, there's too many stars and there's too many superstars and X Factors and all that, and then they were just like, and everybody has normal now. Like, it's very, very weird. Like, not enough people have star, I think, star development, and it really turns into a shit show. And you'll see, and if you watched even last year, I did a Miami Dolphins 50-year rebuild. I didn't get to 50 years. I only got to like 15, 16. After that last season that we did, you couldn't find balanced players. You couldn't find high overall players. We had a top 5 wide receiver, and he was only an 89 overall. Running backs were capping out at 86 overall, and we're only a 2 specialist back. You couldn't get them to do a third thing. So, development's really weird in Madden. Regression's really weird in Madden. That's always been a big issue in Madden is regression and progression. With our first trade, we're going to be trading Dante Pettis. This is what happened to Dante Pettis. Trade him in a 4th rounder of 2022 for D Ford. That's how we got D Ford. We moved him to right outside linebacker. He will replace Whitney Merciless. Eric Murray was traded for a 2nd round pick of next year from 2023. We had to trade the other 2 guys for cap reasons. Nick Martin, Whitney Merciless for Kevin Zeitler, BJ Hill, and Matt Pert. 2 backups and a rental guard for a year or 2, depending on what we want to do and how much money he'll actually cost. Duke, Elijah 4, and Jacob Martin, and a 5th for a 1st from the Falcons, and 2 players to help with salary cap for the Falcons. So, still trying to capitalize on this draft capital. We do decide to go with a make the playoffs this year goal. Yeah. I don't know why I added that in there, but yeah, let's head to the mid-season mark. We ended up being 4-3 heading into week 8. Not terrible. We're in the runnings for playoffs, of course, especially in a see, this is one of those weird divisions where it's like either everybody plays good in one year or everybody plays like absolute dog shit, kind of like the NFC East. It seems like where everybody's really close in, games, but, you can obviously tell who's going to win and who's not. We do have some pretty big free agents, including BJ Hill, Justin Reed, and J.J. Watt, as well as Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is not as big of a deal, just for the simple fact that I did think he was going to be a 1-year guy. I didn't plan on bringing him back even anyway. J.J. Watt's definitely a guy that we need to bring back. He's definitely a team captain. He's definitely the best player on this team, and he's definitely the best Texan to ever play. There's no doubt about that. At the end of the day, Deshaun Watson will probably be, but as of right now, J.J. Watt is the greatest Houston Texan to ever play the game of football for them and don their jersey. Justin Reed's very good safety. He's only 24 years old, and that's actually very surprising to me, is how young he is. He came out of the draft, I guess, pretty young. I don't know. I guess I'm just used to older safeties because of Amos and because of Eddie Jackson coming out. So we didn't end up making the playoffs. We went 7-9. So we only won 3 games out of our remaining, what is it, 9. So yeah, pretty shit. I'm gonna put that out there. A bunch of auto upgrades. Auto upgraded all of them, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look at some stats here. Let's look at player stats, and then we can look at some other stuff as well. Deshaun Watson, 3,700 yards, 27 touchdowns, 11 picks. Those picks need to go down, the touchdowns need to go up, and the yards need to be up. Running game still abysmal as shit. Not going to get anything going until we get a real running back in there. That, like I've said before, you upgrade your corners and wide receivers to slot only, because then they can play slot and outside in sim. You get yourself a high 90s running back. You get a couple decent O-line pieces and edge rushers. That's all you really need in sim. You don't need linebackers. You don't need, all these crazy positions. You don't need them. It just doesn't work. And it sucks to say, like, you can cheese the system and you can make it very easy on yourself. So McCole Hardman with 948 yards, 9 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks 77 catches, 924 yards, 5 touchdowns. Irv Smith and John Ross both with 50 catches or more, over 550 yards as well, and a couple touchdowns for each of them. Blocking always terrible, like always. It's never going to be good. It's never going to be great. Just part of the reason that Madden is fucking dog shit. Cunningham, McKinney, Holloway, and Dunn lead the team in tackles. Tackles for loss. 3 people with over 10, Blacklock, Sue, and Watt. So our 3 major defensive linemen there. Watt has 11 sacks, D Ford 9.5, Sue with 7.5, Blacklock with 3.5, Hill with 2, and then both our middle linebackers in Cunningham and McKinney each have 1 as well. Charles Menahue has 1 as well. Let's take a look at picks next then. Sue was actually very, very surprising and very nice to see. Our stacks would have been up a little bit higher, but I don't know why they wouldn't be. I completely forget to look at some of the other shit on defense. That's my bad. Let's go back to it. Picks. We had 3 from Dunn and then 1 from 3 other people, including Holloway and a couple others. I did not see their names. Forced fumbles, we had a grand total of 5. We recovered 3. 1 for Wallace, 1 for Holloway, and 1 for Cunningham. Ndamukong and Sue did not get his pick to back up. I think that was Ndamukong and Sue that had the 2 forced fumbles. No block kicks, 1 safety from D Ford, and no touchdowns from the defense. Kind of sucks when you don't put any points on the defensive side of the ball. Fairbairn needs to be gone after only kicking 58% from field goal range. That is not good. That is not good at all. Derek Oliver did have a kick return for a touchdown. Nobody else had anything too spectacular. We do accidentally switch the Titans, which needs to not happen. And McCole Hardman had an okay year on punt return. Let's head over to yearly awards now. MVP, Deshaun Watson is nowhere to be found. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson is at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year, no Texans whatsoever. That's always good to see. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Derek Oliver at 3. No other Texans. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dunn and Holloway miss out as they are 2 and 3 combined. Wish one of them would have got it and got a star upgrade. That would have been very, very nice for the development and for the betterment of the team. Didn't bring back anybody else. We do end up trading Zeitler and D Ford after signing Zeitler to a long-term deal. I just don't want them anymore. They regressed a lot. Zeitler went down 3, D Ford down 4. Even after good years from both of them, they both regressed heavily. I don't want them anymore. They're both costing a combined total of like $31 million. I just can't keep them around if they're going to cost that much. Here are some of the contract offers we're sending out. Most of these guys are $550K. Most of them will be. I think all of them, if not, are $550K contracts. There's not a whole ton of people that you can honestly bring in free agency and say they're going to make that big of a difference. We do offer Deontay Harris a little bit of money, but we'll try to superstar cheese him. We don't end up getting him. We do end up getting Steve Sims and a couple offensive linemen, a couple corners, and a tight end, and Will Lutz as well. We do get Nick Boyle, Traverse Ward, Teller, Sims, Mosley, Pouncey, Bozeman, and Elliott. Deshaun Elliott, of course, not Ezekiel Elliott. That would be cool if we got Ezekiel Elliott, but we did not get Ezekiel Elliott because he's not even in free agency. So we do end up trading Mike Pouncey. I don't like doing this a whole ton, but hey, it only moves us up one spot and gets us an extra pick anyway. We trade from the 12 to the 11 spot. I didn't want somebody going off the board. Had to take him. And Pouncey would have been cut anyway, so send him to a team that actually needs him and not let a random team pick him up. Lamar Hartwell, defensive tackle out of Clemson, 22 years old, run stopper, 6'3", 300 pounds. He looks like an absolute beast. He's top 5, and he's technically top 2 in almost every category besides vert jump. I think he looks very good. The block shedding is very nice. The power, the tackle and the pursuit looks very, very nice. Early first rounder, mid first round projected. He's a 76. Took him at number 11. He's ranked number 7 in the class. Very, very good pick for us. Probably going to start over Blacklock. Paul Thomas, 6'1", 304 pound, run stopper out of Michigan, 21 years old. A- hit power, B+ pursuit, B+ block shed. Always good to see. A strong physical guy. He's a later pick, but we do end up taking him now so that we will have him. He'll play across from J.J. Watt at that defensive end, defensive tackle spot on a 3-4. He looks pretty good, though. I think he has a good future ahead of him in Houston. Grayson Simmons, a safety out of Arizona State, hybrid, 21 years old, 6'1", 211 pounds. He will be our free safety, probably. I'm gonna give a little spoiler here. He is our free safety. It says we reached, but he's pretty good. I will take him. Tyler Treader here is our next pick, left outside linebacker out of Virginia Tech, run support, 21 years old, 6'2", 250 pounds. Hopefully he won't be just a run stop, stand up linebacker, and he is not. He is a 74 run stopper, 71 speed rush, 70 power rush, only 61 pass coverage. He looks very, very well, very, very good. 83 speed, 90 acceleration, 82 hit power, 79 tackle. He looks just like a guy that we can mold into whatever we want. We're going to trade the rest of the picks away for another first-round pick. Well, we're going to trade up to get back up into the first at the 32nd pick and take another player. Here is Calvin Dillard, 6'1", 210 pounds, 21 years, run support out of North Carolina. We're going to take him. We're going to move him to that middle linebacker spot. He's just big enough to play. I think he'll be cool in that middle linebacker spot. The middle linebackers that we have are regressing and are costing a ton. I think a combined total of $24 million in between the two of them. I'm going to take these next couple picks and trade them for some future picks or some later picks. And then here is Lamar Hartwell, defensive tackle, number 98 out of Clemson, right-hander. He's going to be our new starting D tackle as Blacklock did not progress enough. Paul Thomas, number 97, end out of Michigan. He's going to be our another defensive tackle across from J.J. Watt. Very, very solid player here. Grayson Simmons rocking number 23, Arian Foster's old number out of Arizona State, left-hander. He's going to be our new starting free safety. Tyler Treader, left outside linebacker, number 58, out of Virginia Tech. He will be our new edge rusher. I don't remember who wore 58. I can't quite remember anybody who ever wore 58 on the Texans. Number 27, Calvin Dillard. He'll move down into that middle linebacker role and take over for probably Bernardrick McKinney. So keep that in mind. Here's my new exit outro. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, turn on post notifications. If you guys follow me on Twitch, we will be doing some live streaming fun. This is just something new I'm trying on the outro part of it. With that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.